Hi, I'm going to attempt to explain how the grade setup works for a VSC course. So what I'm going to look at right now is simply one unit within a course, but this kind of applies to the whole course and to every course, and it's going to look a little bit different depending on which course you're in. First of all, right now we're looking at just Unit 7. This right here is the weight of the unit, and the average of the unit in this case shows up here. Normally it shows up at the bottom. It's going to say Unit 7 or Unit whatever total. So the way you see this is the individual assignments within the unit have a particular weight. Now this weight isn't the same as a percentage, but in this case they do add up to equal 100 if you add every single one of them together. So what we're looking at here is that the 7.1, 7.2, and 7.3 are weighted at 5, so that this is only going to be whatever that weight equivalent is in terms of percentage out of the 100 points that make up the 9.9 points that is Unit 7. So this one here, though, is weighted at 15. So it actually counts as much as all three of these combined. This is 5, 10, 15. This one here by itself is worth the same amount of weight as these three. Then you have the same thing here. This one is weighted at 5, 5, 15. And then the test is weighted at 25. So this right here carries as much as all of these 5-point assignments combined. So when you look at what an average is, that's how you would understand how the grade setup works. So if I wanted to know how much, for example, this one test was worth, what I would do is I would find out what the average was that the student made on it, and that one thing would weight at 1/4 of this entire category or unit. So if I look at the grades of a student, then I can see that over here it's going to show the percentage that that student made. And right here is simply showing the amount of points it was worth. So you could use a percentage calculator to figure out what is 98% of 10 points, and that's how many points the student would have earned on each one of these different items. And then we also can see here that the 7.9 assignment, which was 7.9 is 15% of the grade, was not completed by this student. And since we see includes empty grades, we know that the due date has surpassed. The due date for this was the 21st. So the teacher made it so that this blank space counts the same thing as a 0 for what is a weight of 15 on this particular assignment. So this is, and also you see that the test was a little bit low, and that test by itself was 1/4 of the entire unit. So when you consider how the grades are calculated, that's where the 63% comes from here. So it's not, these assignments don't all carry the exact same weight and all worth the same thing. They have different weights, just like they would, we keep it simple in brick and mortar where we have usually a formative or a summative or, classwork, quizzes, tests, and each one of them are weighed kind of differently. That same concept is applied at the unit level within the courses in VSC.